Hey parents, do you have a teenager or a tween who experiences social anxiety? Well, there's a lot of things we can do to make that a little bit easier, because what happens is, just like animals can smell fear, well, people can feel it too. People can feel fear, and when some uncomfortable kids see one kid that's feeling socially anxious, they can sense that. And so the problem is then it becomes a vicious downward spiral, because the anxious teen starts to feel awkward and uncomfortable, and they don't feel like they fit in, and they're giving off these vibes. And so it almost becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy. So there's lots of ways we can break this down and make it easier for them. One way we can do that is going through a visualization process. We can imagine that right now it's this room full of strangers, but by the end of the school year, this might be a classroom full of friends. It might be people they become lifelong friends with. Another thing we can do is realize that we don't have to think of it as this large group, but we can think of it as many individuals. And so it might just be we need to make one contact or one friend. Sometimes we set the goal so low that we're just aiming to make eye contact with one person in the classroom. Maybe a week later we try to smile at one of the classmates. Maybe a week later we try to strike up a conversation. We can do this bit by bit. And for some parents, it is very difficult to be this patient and to really guide your teenager through this process, but it can be done. And we can also teach them things like physiology. Who would you rather be friends with? Someone who is looking like this or someone who's looking like this? Simple changes in our posture show whether we're open or closed to making new connections. So there's lots of things we can do to help our socially anxious teenagers, and it just takes a little bit of patience, breaking it down bit by bit. You've got this, super parents.